everyone, welcome to week 3 of Paint Your Art Out. This week we will be painting on frames like this. Pick your frame as large or as small as you like and pick whatever picture you want, but we'll see more in the video. So enjoy, have fun, grab your paints and your pens and join me. So we're going to start off by setting out our equipment such as the white spirits, glitter and glass paints, brushes and Q-tips for any spills. Obviously we're going to use pens as well because we are inclusive to everyone. We have masking tape, but you'll see why we use masking tape, and the frame we are working on today. I'm just organising my space now, and I have a frame. I have stuck a template inside of the frame with masking tape, and I would glue over the top, but hence we need to use pens. I am going to use a permanent pen over the top and colour in the skyline of Newcastle. Newcastle is my hometown, so I decided to use a picture of it because it would look very nice in a part of my house. Obviously you can do any design you want, such as flowers, dragons, anything that comes to mind, but a silhouette would help. So type into Google a silhouette and then whatever you would like to put in the search bar. But yes, you want to thoroughly fill the spaces, making sure there's no gaps. Take your time when you're doing this, don't rush, because if you rush then you make a mess. Obviously, depending on the pen you're using, you can use antibacterial wipes to try and wipe it off, but if you take your time and concentrate, you should be alright. I didn't realise this, but it's quite helpful that I chose a silhouette that was white on a black background, because it helped me a lot with filling in the spaces and I knew what I was trying to fill in. So if you have difficulty too in seeing what you're trying to create, maybe you would like to try this technique as well. Once you're happy with your end product and you've got all the gaps filled in, take your frame apart, make sure you keep the insert, take your template off and take the glass out of the frame carefully. You want to place the glass on the table and fill in all the little spaces that you have missed, because it is easier to find them on the white background. I'm just using a white sheet at the minute. It's my art sheet that I use, so you might want to find an old sheet too to use. But now we are going to use the glass paints and to create a sunset or a sundown. I've chosen a multitude of colours, such as green, purple, red, orange and yellow, but I've realised I only wanted a couple of the colours, so I've decided to use red, orange and yellow. So you only want a little, because a little goes a long way, and if it's not enough, keep dabbing more colour on. You want to put more paint on the edges and at the bottom because you want to make it thicker and the colour darker. But near the top you want to make it lighter because it's going to blend into another colour. To also help with transitioning into a different colour, you want to add a little bit of white spirits, and as you add the white spirits you want to dab off the paint onto the tissue and keep doing this process until it is light, or the colour is lighter than the bottom. So you shake your paint, and I've chosen orange, and I'm just marking out with the paint where I want the orange to go. I've made a little mistake, so you'll clean it up with a Q-tip. And then the same process as before, just dab a little paint on at a time, and then you slightly want to go into the red. But as you see, there's a spot of red that is totally a different colour at the bottom. It's because I've added too much white spirits, because white spirits eats the paint. It helps to transition into the colour, but if you add too much it can totally wipe out the colour. So I've added a little bit more red back in, and the white spirits from before will mingle in with the colour and create a lovely illusion. Some of my paints are quite old, so I've just realised that I used a really old frosted yellow that isn't coming out as smooth as I wanted it to. So I've just got the tissue, dabbed it in white spirits, and I've just wiped it off instead of using the Q-tips, because it would have took more time with the Q-tips. So the same technique, lighter to transition into the colour, but darker on the outsides. I'm adding a little white spirit so everything mingles together nicely. At this moment in time I realised that I used the wrong paint, so I went back into the paint that I was using before. But yes, just a touch up around the edges to make it darker, to get that intense sunset feel. So now we are just waiting for the paint to dry. So you just want to clear your area off, make a cup of coffee, or maybe wait even a day, because paint can take a long time to dry. So this is what it looks like when it's done. All framed, all brilliant, all beautiful. Enjoy! Thank you for watching today's video. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for next week. There's going to be more beautiful art. So yes, and there's also details that way. Bye!